Oh, well, hello there. I see that you've clicked on this video. And that's probably because you want to find out how these gold farms work. Well, then you're in the right place, because that's exactly what I'm going to explain today. And now, this is handy if you just want to know how gold farms work. But also, if you want to design and make your very own gold farm, this can be very good use, because I'm going to be explaining each and every one of the individual parts of this gold farm. Now these are all color coded. So we can start off with the biggest one, and that is the cyan part. As you can see, there is not so much to this part. But when the zombie pigmen fall out, they will just, get put in the water, and then they'll slowly but surely flow down right into there. They'll flow down into the light blue part right over here. Now this is one of the most complex parts. And now this is a trident killer. I've got a few of these right over here. And so technically how these things work is you flick this lever or you unpower this piston, and as soon as it's unpowered, these arms will all start moving just like so. Now if you grab a trident, then you can actually throw it in, and the trident will get constantly moved around by the pistons. I can grab some zombified pigman spawns, or any other mobs will work with this as well. Anyway, they can drop in, and then they will get hurt by the trident, by the pistons moving around the trident. Now in this particular module, we have a waterlogged staircase and some ice, causing the items to flow out to over here. But you can also create a much more simple one, which has a hopper minecart underneath it, so you don't need any extra things. Anyway, I'm not going to fully in-depth explain how to make this, because I already do in the tutorial for this gold farm. And yes, I did design this gold farm, and I have a tutorial for it on my channel. So you can go check that out if you want to find out how to build it. So anyway, next part is the dark blue part. Now this is not so interesting. These are just a bunch of redstone lines. So now technically what these do is you can come over here to the AFK spot and you can stand on the pressure plate. By standing on the pressure plate, you turn on the farm, and then these will send this, and then these redstone lines will send the signals to all the individual components to turn them on. So as you can see over here, these trident killers are getting powered, and that is why if I fly up, you can see that the pistons are not moving. As soon as I unpower them, which I can do by breaking the redstone torch or by just standing on the pressure plate, you can see they'll start moving. This indicates that the farm is on, and the pigments will start spawning. Anyway, if I place back the redstone torch, then you will see that they just turn off again, just like that. Now, by the way, these two things, they're exactly identical. They're just hooked up with the same circuits, and they're in the same thing. If you were wondering, then yeah, that's that. Anyway, down here we also have the orange part. And this is the easiest part. This is technically just a bunch of ice with water on it, which will transport all of the experience and items to the player. But it actually only transports the experience to the player. Because as you can see right here, we've got a hopper and another hopper right over there. And down here we've got some item sorting systems, which are going to sort out the items and drops that we get from this farm. Now, once again, I do show you how to make this in the actual tutorial itself, and it is really not so interesting. It is just an item sorting system. Now, these droppers in here, every single one of the swords will we put? Because as you can see, the reason why we have item sorters is to sort out the rotten flesh, which can be used for villager trading, and then the golden nuggets as well, which you of course want because it's gold farm. Anyway, you will also get a bunch of golden swords from this farm because the pigments are getting killed. Now you don't want those, and this dropper will drop them out. Now over here, as you can see, on the redstone circuits, we have a few pink things right over here. And now these are just redstone clocks. As you can see, if I unpower this, this will become a redstone clock. And then that redstone clock will constantly power the droppers, causing them to shoot out all of the swords into the fire. So now we are coming to the most complex parts and the most important. Anyway, by the way, of course, with the trident killers, you can actually, the reason why we're using trident killers in this farm is because if you hold a looting 3 sword, the looting 3 effect will actually be applied to the trident in the trident killer, and every single pigment killed in there will get looting 3 drops. So you'll have 2.5 times as much items. And if you're wondering, these are the rates. So for one module without Fortune 3, this is how much you're going to get. With a module, with one module with Fortune 3, this is what you're going to get. 2 modules Fortune 3, this is what you're going to get. That's per hour. This is that in gold blocks, and then you'll get about 1 dub of rotten flesh per hour per one of these modules if you use Fortune 3. So now we've got some more pink circuits over here. I guess I accidentally used the same color there. I mean, it's not a big drama. Anyway, what these things technically do is if we unpower this, then as you can see, these dispensers are constantly dispensing water into here, breaking the nether portal. Now this is very important because the mechanics that we use for this farm is whenever in Minecraft Bedrock Edition when a portal is lit, there is a chance of a zombified pigment spawn. Now, this chance gets a lot higher the bigger the nether portal is. And that is why we have got these huge portals here. And what this system technically does is it just dispenses the water buckets in and out and in and out and in and out again, which are going to be breaking the portal. But you are probably wondering, how come the portal stays lit? Because as you can see, I can break it, I can break it, I can break it again, and it's always going to come right back. Now, how does that work? Well, there's actually an ingenious system for this, and which I am going to explain to you right now. So technically, at the top of this farm, what we have is a lava bucket. Under the lava, over here, we have an observer clock. So this observer, as you can see, is just constantly getting updated. And now this is a very, very important part. And I think that pretty much all overworld gold farms in Minecraft Bedrock Edition will have this. So as you can see, these observers are all getting constantly updated because they are forming a clock. Now over here, we've got the lava on top of the observers, so the lava is getting constantly updated as well. The lava gets constantly updated, and because we have fire tick on, which is very important, you have to have fire tick on, these trapdoors, they will constantly get ignited. But since trapdoors don't burn, they won't actually burn, but the game still counts them as getting ignited because they are a wooden block. Now that causes these to pass the fire over into another portal. And if you know a bit about Minecraft speedrunning, then you will know that if you do not have a flint and steel to light a nether portal, you could use lava and wood blocks for the wood blocks to catch on fire and then light the nether portal, right? Well, this works the exact same, only trapdoors can't actually be lit on fire and destroyed um, by fire, but they can still be ignited, as in the game sees that they are getting ignited. So this is a very important part, and it is very simple to build as well. Now up here we just have some more of these big nether portals with the exact same systems right over here. Now I always build this thing at the top because, you know, the pigments, they are going to spawn at the bottom of the big nether portal. And now you might be thinking, wait a second, I'm going to be smart. I'm going to make the nether portals this size, right? You might be thinking, okay, I'm going to make them this size as the one that we have right over here, and you'll save a lot of obsidian and you'll get more spawns, but that's no. You get more spawns per the size of the nether portal, not the width. So that is a very important thing to note. So these, and that's the reason why these big nether portals are the best. Because if you create two smaller nether portals, which are half the size, as I do right here, you'll get roughly the same amount of pigments spawning. But right over here, as you can see, that is 21 more obsidian that you're using for the exact same rates. So that would be completely useless. Now, one last thing to think about is if you're going to have nether portals on top of nether portals, you are going to want to catch this water of the higher up nether portals. As I'm doing right here, it's really simple. You just technically create this bowl shape, which the water will flow into. Now, if you don't do this, the water will flow down here, and it'll really mess up the way that pigmen get into the trident killers. And trust me, they'll have troubles getting into the trident killers and cause a lot of lag. Now, yes, lag. Lag is very important because your gold farm mustn't be too laggy. Now, with this gold farm, that is not the case, but I have made one gold farm in particular, which was very laggy. That was back in the time when I still played on my iPad, and it actually crashed my iPad. Now, it was an iPad 1, so it was an iPad mini 1. That's what it was. Anyway, so it wasn't so good anyways, but anyway, it actually crashed it. So the ways which you can avoid lag is number one, having not too many of these observer clocks. As you can see, we've got a few of these observer clocks, but these observer clocks aren't too laggy because there's no redstone connected to it. The second, that I would make one of these observer clocks and start putting a lot of redstone dust behind it, that is going to create a lot of lag. But the observer clock itself, as the one in this lighting module over here, that is not really going to create so much lag at all. Now, of course, you also need to think about the extension and retraction of pistons, which can cause a lot of lag. And of course, redstone torch towers is too. As well. Anyway, these pistons don't extend and retract all too much. I mean, only if you turn on or off the farm, so that really doesn't matter. Of course, also torch towers, you do not want to have a clock hooked up to a torch tower, because that will cause a lot of lag, because the torches will be caused to turn on and off, and also all the redstone connected to it will turn off and on as well. So you want to, what you basically want to do is avoid clocks connected to redstone. Now you can have redstone controlling the clocks, but you really do not want to have any clocks of some sorts. Now, of course, I do have clocks down here, but these are not so fast. These are some of the least laggy type of clocks out there. And they're really easy to build. I'll just show you how to build them right now. So technically what you do is you create this T shape, as you can see over here. You break that block over there. What you can do is you can place a repeater over there. Redstone dust right over there. You'll need a lever too. Redstone dust right over there. Then you want to place a redstone torch over here, and boom, you've created the clock. Now the way to turn this on and off is by powering and unpowering this block right over here. So that is a really effective, pretty much lag-free clock. So yeah, that is a very good, important thing to note. And that is one of the biggest things with Minecraft Bedrock Edition gold farms, is the amount of lag that they cause. So challenge to all you guys out there who do want to develop a gold farm, make one with the least amount of lag possible, and because that is what people want. I mean, if it's got no lag, but you get 5 gold ingots per hour, you're not going to want it. But a very, very important thing to think about is to have just at least just as little lag as possible in these. And anyway, if you do have any more questions whatsoever about this gold farm, or about Minecraft Bedrock Edition overworld gold farms in general, then make sure to put then just put a comment down below and I'll look at that. And if I have an answer, which I probably do, I'll make sure to answer you. And if I don't, then I'll definitely try to help you as well. I really, really hope you enjoyed. And if you did, then make sure to hit the like button. And if you don't want to miss out on future uploads, then make sure to hit the subscribe button as well. And anyway, guys, I hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.